Wow, look at that thing. God.
It looks really awesome.
A lot of snow. It's crazy how much the Lhotse face dwarfs the couloir.
I mean, Lhotse's this mythical mountain right next to Mount Everest that I've read about and learned about and thought about since I was really quite young.
It's the fourth tallest peak in the world, and it's got this splitter, perfect couloir right off the top of it.
There's probably been at least a dozen attempts to ski the Lhotse couloir, and it just hasn't been done. It's just, you know, it's hard to summit a 28,000-foot mountain, let alone get your skis up there, have the right conditions, and be able to make the ascent.
I think anyone that's into riding big lines on big peaks is taking a look at Lhotse. I'm not willing to take that risk.
To make the first ascent of the Lhotse couloir such an iconic ski line in the throne room of Everest, knowing Jim and Hilaree, they don't go there to talk about it, they go there to do it.
In like 4 days' time, maybe 5 days' time, we're gonna go to Everest Base Camp. We are going to try to ski from the summit of Lhotse, which is just under 28,000 feet. It's never been skied all in one piece before, so that's the objective.
Hilaree's just an extraordinary person, a complete badass in the mountains, being a mom and maintaining a professional ski mountaineering career. It can't be overstated, like how many challenges that comes with.
I always find that it's really hard for me to leave home and kind of switch that identity and go from mom, family, busy to climber. I'm also like happy and living intensely in these moments, and I have explained that to my kids. We talk about all of this stuff, and it means that much to me that it's worth it.
Jim is a machine, you know, and he's very motivated.
Part of the game of trying to ski at really high altitude is we won't be up super high for another month. It's going to take a lot of patience and a little whittle away at higher altitude.
You know, prior to Jim, I never climbed with a significant other, and so it was really different for me to take that on. We've been on some pretty crazy expeditions together.
Here, I'm running down the mountain trying to keep up with my climbing partner, Jim Morrison, butt sliding off to base camp.
Going up to Lhotse without anyone else here it's surreal. Primarily that's because we're here in the fall. Most people climb these mountains in the spring. It's the popular time to climb Mount Everest and Lhotse. We're here right after the monsoon to try to ski the snow before the long winter's winds blow it all off the mountain.
To climb the Lhotse Couloir, you are essentially climbing the Everest route. You're literally the next mountain over. So you have to go through the ice fall, you go through Camp 1, you go up the Western Coombe, you spend the same time at Camp 2, you go to Camp 3, and then from there, you basically go directly up the Lhotse face.
From there, we'll ski the 2,000 feet that makes up the actual Lhotse Couloir itself, and then another 5,000 feet on the Lhotse face.
In a minimalist sense, you need a strong Sherpa team to build that route.
I am Paladin Sherpa, 9 times Everest summit, 4 times Lhotse summit.
Only 9 times.
Yeah.
I mean, the first major issue is this ice fall, in which you look at a photo of that and you go, you should not be walking through that. The fact that they're going to Everest out of season, so there's not all these teams there that are helping put this route through the ice fall and they have to do it themselves, that in itself is this massive challenge.
In the springtime on Everest, there's 1,000 people pounding in the path from Camp 2 to the summit of Lhotse. We have to make the whole trail ourselves. We have to figure out the route. There's definitely bigger risk, but our chances of skiing are better. The trips are hard, you know, they're long, they're hard and scary, and there's just something in me that has to go figure it out.
I'm gonna try to get to Camp 2 today.
When you go through the Khumbu icefall, there are significant hazards that you have no control over. It's a little bit of Russian roulette. It's literally where the glacier that's coming off down the Western Coombe is folding over and broken into all these different chunks. You can hear it cracking and things collapsing. And it doesn't matter how good of a climber or skier you are. You know, it's very dangerous.
Wow. Seems like a place you don't want to hang out in. It's kind of gnarly. Holy, heavy, hard. We just caught up with Sherpa and the trail breaking's really hard.
And they kind of got to the point where they were like, this is as far as we're gonna go. We can't see, we're through the worst of the bread loaves. Camp 2's like up there, but we're not gonna go any further because you can't see anything.
Okay, see you in a few days.
So they turned around, the Sherpa turned around, and we're like, no, we're gonna wait. It's just like a fleeting fog. We're gonna stick with it and make it to Camp 2. I had this like kind of sinking feeling that we were not on the right route to Camp 2, that we're actually a little too close to Lhotse, which is like a 7,000 foot vertical face that avalanches a lot.
You can start hearing these avalanches. A cacophony of noise just pounding down.
This was pretty intense. Lots of zigzagging our way through.
We did make it to Camp 2 that night, and the next day we were like very, very, very close to the Lhotse face, and it was a good thing that we moved, because 2 days later that whole interim camp got wiped out by a huge avalanche.
Holy cow.
It's really emblazed in my mind as like very much at those mountains' mercy when it comes down to it.
Sort of my mantra when I'm away and I have those bouts of guilt or just that desperate feeling of like, what am I doing? Is this too dangerous? I just tell myself that, I mean, it's what I love, and I'm so passionate about it, and I just feel that if I can convey that to my kids, then they see me as a person, as a passionate person, not just their mom, but their mom plus.
Everest, she's really big. There's Lhotse in the Lhotse face.
How many times do you think people skinned up to the Bertrand and the Lhotse face?
Maybe never. Well, new day.
Headed up tomorrow.
Headed up tomorrow.
I've been through lots of different phases of life, and climbing mountains has been a huge part of what's allowed me to like go on.
How you doing?
I've had better days. I lost my wife and children in an airplane crash in 2011. I had life by a string. I had everything going in the direction that I'd worked hard to put it in, and in an instant, I sort of lost everything near and dear to me. I was crushed, and I think the mountains have helped keep me alive, keep me going, but just really be focused on, this is what I'm doing right now.
We've been together 3 years. I mean, he's so good in the mountains. He's so solid. I just think it's, the only place for him.
Wow, it's quiet. Basically rest here. Try for the summit tomorrow. It's kind of the last day before the winds hit. We have almost 4,000 feet above us. Oh. What was that? Holy shit.
Life at 8,000 meters is very, very tough. There's no way to recover and build there. You're only deteriorating. And it's so much about mental fortitude at that point. You can't sleep, you can't eat. Your body starts to essentially eat itself alive. That's why they call 8,000 meters the death zone.
Ready for the sun now.
That sunrise that we saw that morning of going up Lhotse was like, that's the why. It's like these little things that just speak to this big effort.
That moment was such a important and special memory for me, and just connecting with some parts of my life that I don't get to connect with in day-to-day life. I think that's what the deeper meaning is for me. It's really going out there and suffering and getting into a really unique environment. It helps me get to a place where I'm able to fully live in the now.
Just getting to the summit.
Top of the world! So stoked to be here with you guys.
Running wild indeed. I am.
And it's only in that way where you've done everything you possibly can to set yourself up for success, and the universe grants you a moment, and you take it.
Been searching for a place that's alive and untamed, running brave. Not all who wander lost, it's a chance to face your fear.
And here we were like doing these full consequential hop turns and side slipping, and then going from like breakable crust to sugar snow and back and forth.
Completely and totally exasperated, like breathing as hard as you ever have. Made a turn and I made another turn, and it was getting really tight and a little bit off camber, and I was like, I'm never going to be in this place, in this moment again. I should really make this next turn count. Even though I sort of want to side slip through here, I'm going to make 2 more turns because I'm never going to get this opportunity again, and I want these 2 turns to be with me.
If you can link 3 jump turns at 8,000 meters, I mean, you're badass.
If you think of all the thousands of little things that need to line up for that to happen, and not only to succeed, but get it in what I would call Himalayan, like A+ conditions, it's truly a mini miracle.
I wanted to focus on something to me that was beautiful and special and full of life, full of good things, and Lhotse really was that for me.
What just happened? Oh my god.
You just skied the Lhotse couloir in the Lhotse face. I think it's important to take risks in life and not just wait for it to come to you.
I think this is as far as we can ski today. I think it's done. It's done.
I think there's so much aversion to risk-taking. I don't think that's the right direction we should be going. Like, you have to take risks if you want to learn anything about yourself. We want to expand the self-imposed walls we put around ourselves. I think that is what's interesting to me about us as a species, is that we can do that, and that is how we move forward, how we create things, how we have ideas, is by taking risks and being a little different or being passionate about something. And you don't have to climb Lhotse to do that.
Far away, running wild and deep. Been searching for a place.
Namaste, I am Palden Namje Sherpa.
Namaste, my name is Hilaree Sherpa.
My name is Futashi Sherpa.
My name is Ugin Sherpa.
My name is Prachitin Sherpa.
I'm 20 years old and 2 times Everest summit and 1 time Lhotse.
Everest 4 times.
Everest 5 times. Lhotse 1 time.
I am Everest 9 times. And Manasulu 1 time. Lhotse 2 times. Everest 10 times summit. Lhotse 4 times summit. Manasulu 1 time summit. Choyu 2 times summit. Amarablam 3 times summit. Annapurna 1 time summit. Thank you.